Now, my friends, I have often thought that mass migration of the illegal kind has been playing a significant role in the cost of housing. It's one of those weird things like California. There are potentially millions of people in California without legal status. And you got to wonder how many homes have been sucked up by these people that are paying rent, that are taking away homes that would otherwise be available for American citizens, which also means that if there was less of a demand for these homes, they would be cheaper. And it seems that in places like Florida, the mass illegal immigration crackdown is affecting students by the tens of thousands. This is from Breitbart, conservative news outlet. Trump's immigration enforcement cuts crowding in America's K-12 schools. The number of immigrant students in many deep blue U.S. cities is on the downturn as President Donaldus Magnus, a.k.a. Trump, immigration policies continue to roll out across the country. For example, Florida's Miami-Dade school district is reporting a huge dip in enrollment with only 2,550 children of so-called immigrants entering the system, which is a massive shift from the 14,000 reported during Biden's last year. That is an astounding number of non-citizens who are just magically gone. Last year in the White House and the 20,000 seen the year before that, according to the Associated Press. So think about how many of these kids who have families who are sucking up homes, sucking up resources, illegally infesting our country. And we're only at the beginning stages of mass deportation. You're going to be looking at 600,000 deported by year's end. At least 1.6 million self-deported, but you're only looking at 2.2 to 2.6 million people will have been removed from the country this year, which is a nice chunk. But when you're looking at 25 to 30 million, you are nowhere near the kind of numbers you need to be, not even at 10%. But imagine what this does to the housing market if these people end up getting removed. It might be time to buy. Anyway, Miami-Dade is far from alone. The AP also reported that the Denver school system found 400 new students of migrant families, who liberals are euphemistically calling newcomers, meaning illegal aliens, as a way to avoid saying that they are in the U.S. illegally. Ding, ding, ding. Enrolling this year, a big swing downward from the 1,500 seen last year in the Chicago suburb of Waukegan. The district there registered 100 fewer newcomer, aka illegal students, than last year. And in Boston's suburb of Chelsea, Massachusetts, the numbers went from 592 students in 2024 to 152 this year. Meanwhile, the Charlotte Mecklenburg school system insists that more than 20,000 students have gone missing from its schools. Well, how convenient, meaning that perhaps as many as 15% of students are the children of illegals, which shouldn't surprise you when you're talking about 25 to 30 million people in this country, festering and infesting all sectors of this society. You're looking at possibly as high as 10% of the U.S. population are here illegally. Get them the hell out. In fact, let's see, they posted, it looks like Stephen Miller might have posted about this. Let's see what we got here. This is from Stephen Miller talking about this. A conservative estimate is that 1/7 of a major southern public school district is here illegally. I mean, it is amazing. It is horrifying that we have allowed this invasion, this infestation of our country to percolate to the point where we are facing ruination as a country, because the Democrat Party will eventually give all of these a-holes amnesty if given the opportunity, and that would destroy this country permanently. It would give one-party rule to the Democrat Party because you'd be importing tens of millions of new voters who would need government assistance, who would vote for the party that gives them the most stuff, which would be the Democrat Party. It's a giant scam to get voters here and basically overtake the political system and turn it into one-party rule. It's essentially a way to get totalitarianism through peaceful methods. Now, the president's immigration policies are having a real impact. And school enrollment is tumbling everywhere. But it isn't just families being deported or those self-deporting that is a factor. With fewer illegal aliens entering the country in the first place, schools are no longer experiencing the massive unsustainable growth that they were seeing during the Biden era. Right, they were flooding the zone. Almost 6 million people broke into the country during Biden's reign. 9 million total, 3 million removed, 6 million stayed. While the AP reported with alarm that Miami-Dade, for one, lost $70 million in funding, well, boo fuckity who, they should not have been getting that in the first place. They were essentially getting theft of resources to pay for these illegal alien a-holes. Because state funding is based on enrollment, the inescapable fact is that illegals were costing the state an additional $70 million last year to educate the children of those who are here illegally, meaning scumbag scum who should be thrown the hell out. Indeed, the billions of Americans have spent to give free education to the children of monsters, aka illegal aliens, has been mounting year after year, especially during the Biden presidency. I'm sorry, this pisses me off to no end. Every one of these a-holes who breaks into this country deserves nothing more than being thrown out of this country. And frankly, if we could house them, I would say jail them all. But that's not a reasonable point of view because it would cost us way too much money. So just kick them the hell out and arrest people who have done other criminal activities, I guess. Who knows? And in 2019, for instance, it was reported that American taxpayers forked over $60 billion freaking dollars in higher taxes to educate these a-holes' children. It was also estimated that every child of an illegal alien is the lucky recipient of more than $70,000 in support per child over their lifetime, paid for courtesy of us, the U.S. taxpayer. The Trump at White House recently celebrated the lower number of foreign students flooding our colleges and universities, noting that enrollment of foreign students is down 17% this year. Nice. Now let's double those numbers. Let's triple those numbers because those are rookie numbers. They're nice, but they need to be dramatically ramped up. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited to see, because you got 10 to 15,000 new ICE agents getting trained right now. You got about 20,000 Border Patrol agents getting trained for riot control. We should see a significant ramp up next year of deportations, especially if Trump's going to be working towards the midterms. I would expect there to be a significant increase. Like, I'm hoping that, okay, this year we got 2.6 million people booted out of the country, both by force and by self-deport. Wouldn't it be nice if we see 5 to 6 million next year? It's still not enough, but, I'll take it. So keep your hats on, my friends. There is still good news on the horizon.